Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be doing another festival prep vlog. I'm not sure if this one's going to be the last one or if the next one's going to be the last one. So in this vlog I want to focus on crocheting minis and fidgets. I think I'm going to start with fidgets. So the first thing that I want to make is All From Jade's fidget caterpillar pattern. And I want to have quite a few of these because I know that fidgets are really popular, so I want to have quite a few fidgets. So I want the caterpillars. I also want to make some twisty fidgets and some mushroom pops. And I'm not sure what else I want to have for fidgets, but then for minis, I have quite a few different minis that I want to make, and one of them is this little possum pattern. And I have 10 of these that I made in my last vlog, but I would like to have 30, so in this video I'm going to need to make 20 of those. And then I haven't started working on any other minis. I do have some left over from other markets, but I would like to have more. I would also like to make some of my mini flying dragons. The pattern is by Avalon Crochets, and those are a bestseller for me, so I want to have quite a few of those. I think that's mostly what I'm going to be working on in this video, and then I'll probably end up doing some pattern testing. And on the day that I'm filming this, yesterday, 2 patterns that I tested released. It was Fig the Fawn, and I'll put a picture up on the screen. So that one released, and then the other pattern is this little lamb, and it's so cute. I love its little flower crown. So both of those patterns are now available. Make sure you go check those out if you're interested. And then I only have one thing to show you that I didn't show in my last vlog, and it's this little elephant. This pattern is by Loops and Knots Crochet, and I feel like elephants are really popular, so I wanted to have at least one, but I think I'm going to make a couple more. And I actually made this with Naughty Pony yarn. I recently got some Naughty Pony yarn to try out, and I love this yarn. It's so soft, it doesn't shed, and I love the way it looks. I'm definitely going to be buying some more of this yarn, and I'm going to have to buy quite a few skeins of each color because this is what I have left of the skein after making one little elephant. So they're definitely not the biggest skeins, but I love this yarn. And this is the only thing that I have made with the Naughty Pony yarn so far. It's already one of my new favorite yarns, so I will definitely be buying some more of it. So I have this elephant. I also have Naughty Pony in light blue, and I might make a light blue elephant at some point. But for now, I have that purple elephant. So that's all I have to update you guys on for now. And I think I'm going to go ahead and start working on the fidget caterpillars, and I'll update you guys later. So it's still the same day, but it's much later. I finished 3.5 fidget caterpillars. So this is what they're looking like so far. Oops. This is what they're looking like so far. This is the first one that I made. It's not the best. I definitely, around the edge of each segment is a round of slip stitches, and she specifically said in the pattern to make them super loose, and I guess I didn't make them quite as loose as I should have because the segments don't fit together as nicely as they should, but it still works. And this one took me a really long time to make and figure out because when I was connecting all of the pieces together, I saw that there was a video tutorial, and I was like, oh no, I don't need a video tutorial. I can just figure it out by the pictures. But apparently I did need a video tutorial, so I ended up having to restart putting it together after I had already tied the ends. So I had to cut the string that goes in the middle and just restart with a whole new piece of string. And the video tutorial was very helpful, so now I know how to do it without the video tutorial, so that's the first one. And now I'm making them with, like, I made this one just like she did in the pattern photos, and then I did this one, which this is the next color down. This is supposed to be, I think, maybe Parfait Chunky and Turquoise. That was the only color that I didn't have, so I used Lagoon. which is a little bit dark, but it still looks good. So this time I put this color at the back, and then I moved this color up to the head, so the head is in Lagoon. So I'm going to do that with every caterpillar. So I have this one, and this one, it turned out much nicer, and it's actually easier to move too. So there's that second one, and every time I make one, it gets faster. So here's the next one. This is Sea Glass, which was the second color on this caterpillar. So now it's the first color on this one. And so I'm just going to do that with every caterpillar. So this one I think is even better than the last one. They're super fun to play with, and I definitely think these are going to be a bestseller for me because of how popular fidgets are, and they're just also so cute and so soft. So there's that one, and then I'm about halfway done with this one. All of these pieces still need to be sewn together, but this one has a green head, and so this is how far I've gotten on this one. So there's still 2 more segments and then the tail piece, and then I have to sew them together. I've been embroidering eyes so that they're safe for little kids, but of course you don't have to be a little kid to play with this. So that's how this one is looking, and the most time-consuming part of this caterpillar is weaving in ends. You don't have to weave in ends for this one. It just goes into the head and then you sew it on, and then you don't have to weave in ends for the little tail piece. But every single one of these, I think it's 6 segments, you have to weave in both ends. So the inside looks like this. And that does take quite a bit of time, but I've also gotten faster at that since I've been doing it. So hopefully by the end of this, it won't take too long to make each caterpillar. I also saw that in her inspiration pictures for her caterpillars, she had the very hungry caterpillar, and I really want to make one of those. I actually have this pattern on a piece of paper in the mystery jar that I'm going to use for my next mystery jar challenge video. If I pick that one in the next mystery jar video, I think I'm going to make that one with the very hungry caterpillar colors. And I'll probably end up having at least 2 or 3 of those. But the next color I have for this caterpillar is the light blue. And luckily I have 2 more skeins of this because this is all that's left of the light blue. The only color that I'm worried about is this bubblegum. This is all I have left of bubblegum. I'm trying not to buy yarn right now. I'm running out of so many of my colors of Parfait Chunky, but I'm trying not to buy yarn right now, so hopefully this will be enough for the rest of my caterpillars. And then I'm also almost out of my yellow and the key lime and the sea glass and the purple, so I'm actually almost out of all of them except for Lagoon, but I have multiple skeins of the rest of these. I have 1 skein of yellow, 1 skein of key lime, I have a bunch of skeins of sea glass, and 2 skeins of purple, 2 more skeins of blue, and then of course the pink, I only have that little bit left. So that's what I have been working on today, and I'm going to try to finish this one today. I don't think I'm going to get farther than that, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to have time to finish this one because it's 5:38 and I have to leave soon, and I'm going to be gone for the entire rest of the evening. So I don't think I'm going to have time to crochet another one. I'm just hoping that I can get this one done. But that's all I have to update you on right now, and I'll check in with you guys probably tomorrow. It's Friday, April 17th, and yesterday I actually was not able to finish that caterpillar that I was showing you. I ended up finishing it this morning. I had all of the pieces made, and then I didn't end up having enough time to assemble the pieces. But I have 6 caterpillars done, and so there's 2 left. I'm working on one of them. I only have 3 of the pieces, and then I'm working on the 4th piece. And then the last one is the one with the purple head. So I'm going to work on that one after this. And I think I'm going to time myself on the purple one to see how long it takes me to make them. I actually wanted to time myself before when I was making this one, but I decided not to because this peach yarn is very stiff. So I thought it would probably take some extra time to make the head because the head is the largest piece. So I decided I would just wait until the last one to time myself. Also, I may have to fix the head on this one because I don't think I tied the string in the middle tight enough. And I don't think the customers would like that very much. So the other ones don't look like that. So I just don't think I tied it quite tight enough. But he's still a good fidget, and I still feel like he's sturdy even like this because I used acrylic yarn. But I just don't think it looks very good when you move the head and you can see the yarn in the middle. So I may have to secure that on a little bit better. But these are all of my caterpillars so far. I've got light blue, lagoon, sea glass, key lime, yellow, and peach. And then I'm working on the bubblegum head, and then it'll be the lilac head. And I'll show you all of them all lined up in rainbow order once I have all of them made. But this is what I have so far, and I just need to finish this one and make the other one, and then I will have all of my fidget caterpillars for now. I will probably end up making some more in some different colors later on, but that will be all of the ones in these colors for this market. And I really hope they do well because I'm making quite a few of them. And after I finish up the fidget caterpillars, I kind of want to make another elephant with Naughty Pony yarn because this one's just so cute and I really want another one. So I think I'm going to make a blue elephant after I'm finished with the fidget caterpillars. Also, I said in my last video that I was going to take pictures of this like a few days ago, and I was going to ask to be added to the capybara, but I did not end up taking pictures of this, and tomorrow is the deadline for sending photos, so I think I'm going to send photos today, and I definitely won't have enough time to be added to another pattern test, but that's okay because this one is super cute. And I'll probably end up buying the capybara pattern once it releases anyway, because I've never made a capybara before and I know they're super popular, so I definitely want to have at least a couple capybaras for my market. But that's what I'm working on right now, and I will update you guys once I'm finished with my last fidget caterpillar, and I'll let you know how long it took me to make it. Today is Wednesday, April 22nd, and it's been a while since I filmed anything, and I actually haven't crocheted much either. I didn't end up having time to update you the last time I said I was going to. I think that was when I was working on the fidget caterpillars, but I now have all of those done. I was super busy that week, so I didn't have very much time to crochet, and then I got sick, and so I wasn't really crocheting while I was sick either. I'm still a little bit sick if you can't tell by my voice, but I've crocheted a little bit in the past couple of days. So I'm going to show you what I did. First I'm going to show you all of the fidget caterpillars, and I did time myself on the final one, and I wrote down the time. It took me 53 minutes to make the last fidget caterpillar, which isn't bad, and I'm thinking about charging $18 for them, but I think I showed you the orange one, and then I think the pink and the purple were the last two that I didn't show you. I think the purple one is like the most clean looking one. These are super fun. I really hope they do well because I really want to make some more of these for more markets. And I'm hoping to do the mystery jar challenge and start that this week, but I also still need to edit the video that I'm posting on Friday. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to post a video last Friday, so I definitely need to get it up this Friday. So hopefully I'll have time to film the mystery jar challenge, but this pattern is in the mystery jar, And so if I get that, I'm going to make the Very Hungry Caterpillar. I just had to change my memory card because the other one was full. But I think I was saying that if I get this pattern in the mystery jar challenge, I'm going to make the Very Hungry Caterpillar version. But I now officially have all of the caterpillars, so I'm going to put them in rainbow order. So here they are in rainbow order. I'm going to go ahead and bring the camera closer. So here they are. They're so cool. I love seeing them in rainbow order. But I now officially have 8 fidget caterpillars, and I definitely think that's enough for the festival. So I'm going to go ahead and put these back here. I was trying to stack them all up because they look really cute when they're stacked, but I don't know if I can stack more than like 3. So I may have to make more than one stack. So I just made 2 different stacks back there. So I finished those last week, I think, and then I started working on another elephant with Naughty Pony yarn, and I love this yarn so much. It's so soft and it's so nice to work with. But I thought it wouldn't hurt to have 2 elephants, so I now have 2 of those. I probably won't make any more, but I know that elephants can be pretty popular at markets, so I decided it wouldn't hurt to have 2. And I kind of hope I sell out of elephants so that I can make some more. And then I got picked for a pattern test for Chameleon's Crochet for Basil the Bear, so I made a little Basil the Bear, and I think this is my first time making a black bear. But here he is. I think he's super cute. I think next time I make a black bear though, I may use marshmallow. This is shell. I don't know if you can tell super well on camera, but it's a little bit more peachy than I would like for it to be. So I think next time I will probably end up using marshmallow, but he turned out super cute, and I think he looks really cute sitting like this. I don't think I have a bear that's in this position, so I'm glad that I have one now. And I made this in Parfait Chunky. I ended up using shell because in the pattern it says what yarn was used for the bear in the picture, and it said it was Sweet Snuggles Light and Parfait Plush. So black was Sweet Snuggles Light and then Parfait Plush in shell. And I had Parfait Chunky in shell, so I just decided to use the exact colors. And I don't think it looks bad. I just think that maybe I would like marshmallow a little bit better. But that's my Basil the Bear. I think it's super cute. And I'm glad that I have a variety of different colored bears. And then I was working on some minis. I made 17 frogs, I think. And I don't remember who the pattern is by, but it's a free pattern on Instagram. I'll put the name on the screen. But I use Skinny Chenille, and I don't remember what that Hobby Lobby yarn is called. It's like the variegated yarn. It's like these. I don't know what the name of the yarn is, but it's the Hobby Lobby yarn that's like pretty much the same as Skinny Chenille, but it only comes in variegated colors. So I use that and Skinny Chenille, and then I have one in Bernat Velvet because I think this gray color is really cool. This one's slightly bigger than the rest of them, but they're all pretty much the same size. I hope that you can tell that they're frogs without the eyes. I don't know. Let me know if you would know that these were frogs just in the bucket without any eyes, because I don't really want to embroider the eyes because I usually don't. I don't really know if I want to embroider eyes for them. I might, but I haven't yet, and I'm just not sure if I will. It would take a long time, and I have less than 2 weeks before the festival, so I don't know if I really want to spend the time embroidering all of these eyes, or if I just want to focus on making some more plushies. But I have 17 of those, I'm pretty sure 17 of those frogs. And then I ended up making a shelf goose. Usually I make these shelf geese in Parfait Chunky, but I made this one in Sweet Snuggles Light and Parfait Plush. And I think it turned out super cute. I might charge a few more dollars for this one just because it's a little bigger, and people really don't like when I sell two of like the same item made in two different yarns for the same price just because they're slightly different sizes. So maybe I'll charge a few more dollars for this one, but I don't want to go down on the price of the Parfait Chunky one. But I may end up making one more of these. I don't know. I have two now. I had two at my last market, and I sold one, and I was very, very close to selling the other one. People loved the shelf geese, so I may end up making one more just in case, but that's only if I have time. But I have this one, and I do really like the color of the bow. This is Sweet Snuggles Light, and I think the color Country Blue. This is Parfait Plush in Carrot, and this is Sweet Snuggles Light in White. And I almost forgot to show you guys this frog that I made in that Hobby Lobby yarn. Before I made these, I made this one, and when I was looking at the picture of the pattern, this is a free pattern on Instagram. When I was looking at the picture of the pattern, it looked much smaller. I think it's a little bit too big to be in my minis bin. In the minis bin, it's like this size. Most of them are a little bigger than this. And then also like this size of this possum. And I just think this is too big to put in the minis bin. And it ended up taking longer than I thought it was going to. So I think I'm just going to put this in a different bin, and I'm only going to have one of these. It's too bad that I picked the, in my opinion, ugliest color of this yarn for this guy instead of a different color. I know some people like this, but I personally don't really like this color, but it's fine. I will bring it anyway, and I'm sure somebody will like it. But I think that's everything that I've been working on recently that I haven't showed you. And I definitely want to make a few more of these possums, maybe like 10 more of them. And I want to make some little tiny tortoises and some more fidgets. I think the next thing that I make actually might be popping mushrooms. And then I want to have at least a couple more twisty fidgets. So those are the next things that I'm probably going to be working on. But I think I want to make popping mushrooms next, which I usually make in Parfait Chunky. I'm not sure what colors I want to make the mushroom tops. I've made blue, red, and brown, and I think purple. And the red one sold the fastest, and the blue one, I don't remember if I have the blue one still or if that one sold, but I had that one for a while, so I don't know if I'm going to make another blue one. But I will definitely make some red ones. I think I might make a couple brown ones, and then I'll decide what other colors I want to make. Maybe yellow, but I'm going to go work on that, and I'll update you guys later. It's Thursday, April 23rd, and I finished the popping mushrooms. I really, really like the way that this popping mushroom pattern turns out. I think it looks different than a lot of popping mushrooms that people make. It's just super cute. So I made 2 red mushrooms, and then I made a brown mushroom and a yellow mushroom. I'm not sure if I really like the way this one turned out, but it's still cute. I don't know if I want 4 or 5. If I end up making a 5th one, it'll be another red one because I just think those are going to be the most popular. And then I ended up making a capybara. I found this free pattern on Instagram and I think it turned out super cute. So I think I'm going to end up making 3 more of these. But right now I'm going to work on editing tomorrow's video. And then I just got picked to test a pattern for Melly Inspired Crochet. So I think I'm going to probably work on that next and then I'll finish the capybaras. I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to edit the video, but there's a whole lot of footage, so I know it's going to take me most of the day. So I probably won't end up updating you guys again today, mostly because of the way my voice sounds. Hopefully my voice will sound better tomorrow, so I will check in with you guys later. Today is Saturday, April 25th, and I haven't crocheted very much. It actually took me like a day and a half to edit that video because it turned out my microphone wasn't working for like half of it, so I had to do a voiceover, and so that took a really long time. But I have done some crocheting. I did end up making Mario and Luigi, so I'm going to go ahead and show you them. This is for a pattern test for Melly Inspired Crochet. It's for her Baby Plumber pattern, and I love the way this turned out. This is the Mario. I would definitely recommend this pattern. It turned out so cute, but I don't know if I would recommend this pattern if you don't like sewing, because there is quite a bit of sewing. These are sewn on, the nose is sewn on, the hat is sewn on, the eyebrows are sewn on, the ears are sewn on, the head and the body are sewn together. So there is a lot of sewing. The mustache and the nose are one piece, and then the legs and the arms are crocheted into the body, the hair is crocheted into the hat, and the boots are a separate piece that you just put on. So there is quite a bit of sewing, but I definitely think it's worth it. I personally don't mind sewing, so I did really enjoy making this. I just think that if you don't really like sewing, maybe this wouldn't be the best pattern for you, but I feel like it would be really hard to make a Mario without doing that much sewing. But there's the Mario. I made this and the Luigi in Parfait Chunky, and here's the Luigi. There's nothing different about the pattern. The only thing I did differently with Luigi were the colors. It's the same exact pattern. It's just got a green shirt and hat instead of red. But I really, really love this one too. And I think they look so cute together. And I'm very excited to bring these to the festival, especially since the new Mario movie came out. So I'm hoping these will sell, and I really hope they sell together, like as a set. I don't think I'm going to specifically like sell them together as a set, but I kind of hope the same person buys both of them because I think that would be really cool. But if they don't, it's not a big deal. I really, really love this pattern though. And then the only other thing that I worked on since the last time I updated you were capybaras. I don't remember if I showed you the first capybara that I made, but this is a free no-sew pattern on Instagram. I'll put the pattern creator on the screen. And I really, really love this pattern. So I made 3 of these capybaras. I don't think I'm going to make any more, but I think they're super cute. So what I need to work on next are probably minis, like possums and little mini tortoises, and I'm not 100% sure what other minis I want to have, maybe some axolotls. But the thing is, I don't really want to work on minis, but the festival is in a week, so I probably need to. I also probably should work on some more fidgets, like twisty fidgets, because I have the mushroom pops and the fidget caterpillars, but I only have one twisty fidget, and that's a little triceratops, so I would like to have at least like 2 more, but I just don't really want to work on anything small right now for some reason. I kind of want to work on something larger, so maybe I'll make another shelf goose in Sweet Snuggles Light. I'm not really sure if I want to work on that either. I don't really know what I want to work on, but I really do need to get some market prep done, so I'll decide which of those things that I want to make, and I'll update you guys probably tomorrow. Today is Monday, April 27th, and I have done quite a bit of crocheting. I think the last time I updated you guys, I was saying that I was going to start working on some more festival prep, and I gave like a list of some things that I needed to get done. And I did not end up working on any of those things next. I decided to crochet something else. So I made this Baymax, or chubby robot. The pattern is by Sphinx Crochet, and it is adorable. It's just so cute. And I have been making quite a few characters recently. I made some Demogorgons and Mario and Luigi and now Baymax. I hope characters do well. I feel like they would though, especially him. I would be really surprised if I didn't sell him. And he really didn't take too long to make. The only reason he's this big is because I made him in Sweet Snuggles Light. So I feel like I wouldn't have to charge too much for him. And he's just so cute. I feel like somebody is going to buy him, and I'm thinking about making another one, but we'll see. Also, today is release day for little Basil the bear, so make sure you go check out this bear pattern. It is so cute. I love it so much, and I'm sure it would look adorable in different colors. I've seen the colors that some of the other testers have done, and it's just so cute. Personally, I like the black the best, but this pattern is just adorable. And then I decided to work on possums. I ended up making 10 more possums. This may be all that I make, but I now have 20 in this pyramid. And I think 20 possums is a good number. I wanted to have 30 to 40, but I just don't know if that's possible. I may end up making a few more and get it up to 25, but this is what I have for now. And I am pretty happy with the 20 possums that I have. And then I decided to make another tiny flying dragon with Avalon Crochet's pattern, and I made this little Haku inspired dragon. I've been seeing so many people online make Haku inspired dragons with different patterns. I've seen it with the sleeping dragon, and I don't remember what the other pattern I saw it with was, but I decided to make this little tiny flying dragon, and I really hope this one sells. Even if they don't know the character, I think it's just really pretty. And I think this is probably the last flying dragon I'm going to make. I may end up making a couple more, but I have quite a few in the closet already. I think, at least one in every color of the rainbow. When I go through everything and tag stuff later this week, I'll see how many I actually have, but by that point it might be too late to make more. But I feel like I probably have enough, although I may end up regretting not making more. But this will be my last one for now. And then I got picked for a pattern test by Stitched by Sandpaw, and if you couldn't tell, I've been pattern testing for her a lot recently. I love her patterns so much, and she's been coming out with some unique animal patterns. Like, I just recently tested a lemur for her, and I feel like it's really nice to have those unique animals on the table that most other people wouldn't have. But I just pattern tested this vulture for her. I love the way the loop stitches look. This was my first time doing these kind of loop stitches, and I actually really enjoyed it. I made this with Parfait Chunky, and I forgot to say, but I made this little dragon with Big Twist Baby Bear. But I think it's adorable. I would love to have another one, but I think I'm just going to make one for now and see how it does. And then the final thing I worked on since last time I updated you was this little hippo. The pattern is by Cozy Friend Creations. And this came in a pattern bundle with some other animals holding food, and I made one of each of those and brought them to my last market, and the hippo was the first to sell. I also sold a bunny, which I recently made, I think it was in my last vlog, and a duck with a cookie, but I still have one duck with a cookie because I made two of them, so I don't think I'm going to make another one. But the hippo was the first to sell, and people seem to really like hippos, so I decided to make another hippo. So that's everything that I've been working on recently. I'm not sure what I want to do next. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that out, because there were quite a few things that I still wanted to have for the festival but I don't remember what most of that was for some reason. I know I wanted to have more fidgets, but I'm really not in the mood to make fidgets, so I think I'll probably be fine with the ones that I have, and if I end up selling out, I'll know for next time to make more. But I'm going to figure out what I'm working on next, and I will probably update you once whatever that is finished. Today is Wednesday, April 29th, and I just finished filming a part 2 to my mystery jar challenge. So you can probably see the stuff that I've been working on for that challenge. That video is already up by the time you're seeing this video. So I made Chip, Mrs. Pod's The Very Hungry Caterpillar, a Highland cow, and a goose, and this little horse. So I have all of those things done, and then I also just made 3 ladybugs because I wanted to have some ladybugs. I've never made ladybugs before, and I thought it would be a good idea to have some. So this is all from Jade's ladybug pattern. It's a free pattern on Instagram, and I could be wrong, but I think it's a free tutorial on her YouTube channel as well. But I have 3 of them completed, and I'm very, very excited about those. I don't think I'm going to make any more than 3. I think 3 is a good number. There's some other things that I want to make and I want to have for the festival, but it's Wednesday and the festival is on Saturday, and I still need to tag everything. I don't know how I'm going to get it done in time. I'm definitely going to have some help with tagging, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get started on that today. I will definitely do some tomorrow because I won't be able to get everything done today because it is already 3:30. So I'm not going to be able to get it all done today. I also started editing a video for Friday, which is the mystery jar challenge. I'm not even halfway done with editing that. So I think I'm going to finish that tomorrow because I just really need to take a break from that. It's taking a really long time to edit. So I need to decide what I'm crocheting next. There's quite a few things that I want to make, and so I'm going to go through all of the things that I want to make, and I doubt I'm going to be able to make all of them. So I would like to have another shelf goose, but I highly doubt I'm going to have time to make that because that is not my top priority since I already have 2 of them. I will say though, if I sell both of these pretty quickly on the first day, I will probably be making another one before the second day, or on the second day I'll like bring it to crochet. I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish it. I will probably bring some yarn for that if I end up crocheting. Something else that I want to make are more of these little geese. I just made this guy for the mystery jar challenge. It's so cute. This is a free pattern on Wonder Crochet's blog, and I love the hat so much. I said in that video that I wanted to make another one with a little bow tie, but I actually think I want to make 2 more of these in hats. So I have this one in a light yellow hat, and I want to make another one in a light blue hat, and then another one in a light pink hat. I don't think I'm going to make a purple hat, but I really want a blue and a pink hat, so that's probably going to be one of my priorities. And I think the blue one is probably going to be my top priority over the pink one, but I really want to have those 2. And then in that same video, I made this cute little Highland cow, and I realized I only have this Highland cow, and Highland cows do really well for me. I pretty much always sell out of Highland cows when I bring them, so I would like to have one more, at least one, but I doubt I'm going to have time for more than one because I am prioritizing the geese for some reason. I don't really know why I'm prioritizing the geese because I've never brought them before, but I am. I also really want to make another one of these Baymaxes, and I don't think I need another one. I'm not even sure if this one is going to sell, but I just had so much fun making it that I want to make another one. This is probably at the bottom of my priority list, but then I may end up making it anyway just because it was so fun to make that I just really want to make another one, but we'll see. And then the other 2 things that I want to make are the lion and the lioness with Jules crochet plushies. I think that's her name, I'll put it on the screen. But she made this giraffe pattern and then the zebra pattern that I tested. I had both of those in the mystery jar, and I was kind of hoping to get one of those, but unfortunately I didn't. So I'm kind of hoping that I can at least make the lion. The lioness is not my top priority, but I'm kind of hoping that I can have time to make the lion because I don't have any lions, and I feel like that might be a popular item, but it also might not, so I'm really not sure what to prioritize here. The only one that I know sells really well is the Highland cow, so that's probably what I should be prioritizing, but for some reason I am going to prioritize the geese because I love the little hat, and I have a feeling these are going to sell. If they don't, I will be very surprised, especially since geese have been so popular recently. But that is my update. I've been talking for a really, really long time, and I'm going to go ahead and get started on the geese, and I will update you hopefully once those are done. So it's the same day, and I finished all 3 of the geese. So of course here is the first one with the yellow hat. I still think this one is my favorite, but I made 2 more. I made one with this light blue hat, and I think this one is adorable. This one's my second favorite, and I really like the little bow. I ended up double knotting each of the bows so that they don't come out very easily, but if you wanted to untie it, you could and take the hat off, but it would be kind of hard to tie it again because I cut the string so short. But there's the second one, and then here's the pink one. I think this bow actually looks the best, and I really like this one. It's just not my favorite. It is really cute though, and I really like all of them, and they did not take very long to make at all. Like, they took maybe a little less than an hour to an hour to make each. So I was able to make all 3 of them today. So I guess that means I need to start working on something else that was on my list, and I should probably just go ahead and make one more Highland cow, and I should probably make 2, but I think I'm going to make 1. So I think I'm going to make like a brown one this time, and I'm trying to decide exactly what colors I'm going to use. I think I'm actually just going to look at Sarah's Instagram and see what colors she's done so that I can get some inspiration, because I'm really not sure exactly what colors I'm doing. I just know that I'm going to do a brown body this time. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and look through her Instagram for some inspiration and make that Highland cow. Today is Thursday, April 30th, and I haven't done much crocheting since the last time I updated you because I ended up doing a lot of tagging last night. Unfortunately, I'm not even halfway done with tagging, so I'm still going to have to do some more today. But I did end up making this Highland cow, and I am in love with these colors. This is my favorite Highland cow that I've ever made. I love these colors so much. This is Hobie Honey Bunny in caramel and Parfait Chunky in almond butter, and I love these colors together. I've made a Highland cow in caramel before, but I don't remember what color I used for like the hooves and the snout, but this time I decided to use almond butter, and I love it so much. I definitely think these are very realistic colors, and I like this one. It's cute, but this one is like 10 times cuter. They're both adorable, and they're the same pattern, and I'm excited to see which one sells first. I would be surprised if it was this one, although this one is very cute. This one's just more of like a traditional color. I don't know that much about Highland cows, so I don't know if Highland cows are this color. They probably are, but I've never seen one in that color. I've only ever seen one in this color, but they're both adorable. I kind of wish I had enough time to make another one of these, but I doubt I will. So I have 2 Highland cows for the festival, and if you remember when I made the Mario and Luigi for the pattern test for Melly Inspired Crochet, I still need to take pictures of those. They're due today, so I need to do that. Also, I need to take pictures of the vulture, but that's not related to what I was saying. I somehow forgot about the backpacks, so I didn't make backpacks for either of them. So I ended up making them a few minutes ago because I was like, I need to get this done before I take photos today and send them today because I can't send photos late. So I'm going to show you the backpacks that I made. So for Mario, I made the little pipe. I think it's super cute. I love the face with the little legs. And this is what it looks like from the front. So he's just got his little backpack straps. I think it's adorable. I did end up embroidering the eyes. Mine looks a little bit different from Melly's, but I don't think it's too noticeable. But it's very cute. And then for Luigi, I made the little coin, and I ended up embroidering the eyes on this one as well. And I think it's adorable with the little legs and the eyes. I'm wondering if maybe I should have made the line a little bit longer, but I think you can probably still tell that it's the coin. And here's what he looks like from the front with the little brown backpack straps. So there are the backpacks, and they're super, super cute. I'm really excited to sell these guys, and I really hope they're popular. So those are officially done. And then I'm going to show you all of the stuff that I ended up tagging last night and some things that I bought for my setup. So the other day I went to Dollar Tree to get some more chalkboard signs. So I got a couple that are like this. And I have a chalkboard marker that I got from Dollar Tree, and that's somewhere in one of my market boxes, but you can just kind of stand it up like this, and I think you could do it like that, it just won't be as sturdy, but you can stand it up like that, you can put it back more or up more, doesn't really change that much actually, but I got a couple of these, I think. Yep, there's 2 of that kind, and then I got 2 of these. I already have one of these that I use for my clearance items. So these just stand up straight like this, and then these stand on the side. So I thought it would be nice to have a few different options for signs. I got all of these from Dollar Tree in the craft section. And then from Hobby Lobby, I got a couple more of these little bins. I use these just to put like things that are all the same price in or all the same type of item in. And I usually get these green and these tan. I feel like they did go up on the price like $1 or $2. It's $4.49. I feel like it was $3 and something actually last time. I don't know, but usually I'll put minis in one. I thought it would be a good idea to have 2 more. One of them I want to have for like fidgets, so all of my fidgets would go in here. Hopefully I have enough fidgets to use one of these bins. But then I have one for my $10 items, one for my minis, one for $15 items. Like, I have quite a few of these, and I thought it would be a good idea to have a couple more. And then the other display items that I got, I can't show you because they're being stored in the garage right now, but I got some big metal like grid racks, which I'll show you guys at the festival, which I think will be a separate video. I got a couple of those really tall ones, and then I got some small ones to put on the table. So 2 of them are really tall and they will be next to the tables, and then I think there's 4 of them that go on the table, so they're a lot smaller, and that just gives me a lot more space for my plushies. I currently do not have enough space whatsoever for my plushies, so that just gives me a little extra space. So that's all of the stuff that I got, I think. And now I'm going to just show you what I have tagged, and I have 6 more boxes or something left of stuff to tag. So I'll have to get to that later today, which I also bought more tags because the only reason I stopped last night was because I ran out of tags. And I buy those from Dollar Tree, and I got some at Walmart also because Dollar Tree ran out. So here's the stuff that I tagged. This is a 10-pound polyfill box that's full of plushies, and these are what the tags look like. And then I just write the price, and I tie them on with a crochet hook. So I have this big box, and then this slightly smaller box full of plushies, and these all also have tags on them. This is not even close to half of the stuff, so I definitely need to get to work today and tag most of the rest of the stuff. I don't even know if I'm going to get to the rest of it because I'm pretty busy today, but that's everything. So I'm probably going to get back to crocheting some last minute things and tagging, and I'll update you guys later. It is now Friday, May 1st, and so this is going to be the last day that I'm going to be updating you guys for this video, and this might even be the last update because I'm probably not going to get much more crocheting done. It's mostly going to be getting ready for tomorrow with like loading up the car, possibly if I have time going over to the place and setting up my tent, but we'll see if I have enough time because it's 2 o'clock and I can't be there past 5. But I did just finish crocheting another Baymax. I don't know if these are going to sell. I hope they do, but I just really enjoyed making them. So I now have 2. Their faces somehow look different. He looks more like he's smiling. He looks more like he's frowning, but they're both super cute. This pattern is by Sphinx Crochet. I actually finished this guy on the first day of May, so this was my first crochet plushie of May, so I'll need to take a picture of this whenever I go to film everything I crocheted in May YouTube video. I wanted to film everything I crocheted in April, so I don't even know when I would film that video, as I don't have time for that today. But last night, we tagged almost everything. It took like 2 or 3 hours. And we only have this stuff and a half of a box of stuff left to tag, so it won't take too long, but we do need to get that done today. Plus, if we have time setting up the tent at the place, we already went and checked in, and they gave me a little like goodie bag full of stuff that I'll show in my next video if I remember. And then tomorrow we will set up the plushies. The festival starts at 10, and you can get there as early as 7 to set up, so we might be getting there at 7 because I need a lot of time to set up all of my plushies. Tomorrow, they're calling for rain, like, for most of the day. I hope it doesn't rain too much, and they told us that we can't have any walls up on the tent during the day, so if it rains, my stuff is going to get wet. They're not canceling the festival unless it's like severe weather, like flash flood warnings or something, which they're not calling for that. And I don't think there's supposed to be too much rain, but there is a pretty high chance of rain tomorrow. So I'm really hoping nothing that I'm selling gets wet, but we'll see what happens. And then on Sunday, I think everything should be fine. Tomorrow is not going to be hot. I don't know what's been going on with the weather here. It was super hot like a week ago, and then this week it's been a little bit chilly for a couple of days, and then it's been pretty warm. Like yesterday was pretty warm, today is warm, and then tomorrow the high is supposed to be I think 50 something, but let me check that. So I won't need a fan or anything. So I'm pretty excited about that because I really don't like doing markets in the heat. But I think that's my final update for this vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you. If you watched all the way to the end, comment a ladybug emoji and let me know what types of videos you would like to see in the future. Hopefully the week after I post this video, I will be posting the festival vlog and recap. I'm not sure how much I'm actually going to film at the festival, so it will probably be mostly a recap, but I hope you're excited about that. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!